I think it's important to know this is the way that our elected officials and their families react in Clermont County. As soon as anybody asks them any questions, they try to get law enforcement to be weaponized to prevent the press from being able to do their jobs. So it's Saturday the 24th, and this morning my wife and I were doing some stuff around the house. I was putting in some light switches. She was doing some cleaning. We were waiting on a mulch delivery when who shows up at the door? Union Township Police. Why? Because Lori Tekulve sent them to try to intimidate me for having come to the law office to try to ask her, would somebody in your family or you please answer the question about whether now deputy in Brown County, Shane Olson, was doing a remodeling project for the Tekulve family while the prosecutor's office was investigating Shane Olson for being put on the Brady list.
So Ms. Tekulve came into our office today. I guess you were at her business at Ohio Pike yesterday,
Yes.
correct? She's just asking that you be trespassed from that property because they own the building.
Did she file a report?
Well, just an incident, basically. It's nothing criminal happened. So
I know, but I want to see a report. So when you're asked to trespass, there should be a documented physical
correct.
report.
We are doing a documentation that
Okay.
she's said that you were there for no legitimate purpose.
I was there for a completely legitimate purpose.
Okay.
To ask whether a remodeling project took place at her house with Mr. Tekulve, the prosecutor, at the time that an officer, then a Batavia Village officer named Shane Olson, was being investigated by the prosecutor's office for being put on the Brady list.
Okay.
So Shane Olson, who now is a deputy in Brown County, he was being investigated to be put on the Brady list because of activities that took place in Batavia when Jim Young, the chief there, got ace-deuced out of his job for harassing a waitress. Okay. Shane Olson was watching him harass the waitress, then lied in the investigation saying he never saw it. The Tekulves, then, the prosecutor's office was investigating Shane Olson to put him on the Brady list. Are you familiar with the Brady list?
Yes.
Okay. So, but at the same time, Shane Olson was apparently doing a remodeling project for the prosecutor. Mark Tekulve is one of the most corrupt prosecutors in the state of Ohio. Okay. So I've asked him, I've asked Shane Olson, and now I've asked his wife, who I assume lives with him, okay, was there a remodeling project? As you know, I have a press company in Clermont County. Mm-hmm. I did absolutely nothing wrong to go and ask her that. She's free to have you say trespass me, but I think it's important to know this is the way that our elected officials and their families react in Clermont County. As soon as anybody asks them any questions, they try to get law enforcement to be weaponized to prevent the press from being able to do their jobs.
Okay. Well, I mean, as far as she told me, Mark Tekulve has no business out of that office anymore. That's her business.
Well, she has business out of that office. She ostensibly lives with Mark Tekulve. Maybe he's got another woman. You know, she's his second Lori. He cheated on his first wife named Lori, divorced her, and married the woman that he was cheating with, who's also named Lori. Makes it convenient. You don't have to redo the monogram.
I know there's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah.
I'm just the messenger.
Yeah.
That she's requesting you trespass from the 785 Ohio Pike business.
Okay. And I want to make sure that you understand that sidewalks and stuff around there, or they have no right to trespass anybody off of those.
Correct. Yes. That's
okay. And I want you to go back to her and let her know that this is ridiculous. That her and her husband can answer the simple question of, was Shane Olson doing a remodeling project? I'm 100% sure he was. The point is, it's corrupt. It's typical Mark Tekulve. He's investigating somebody that he has a relationship with and is doing remodeling work for him.
Okay. If you like, I can get you the documentation number for our
Okay.
office. Would you like that?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just run out to my car.
All right, no problem. Mark Tekulve is constantly protecting himself, constantly feeling he's above the law. I just wrote out 5 cases. Use of David Fornshaw to cover up for Cramig. Use of Tyler Cantrell in the Adams County Aaron Haslam prosecutor office to cover up for Patricia Lambeck assaulting a person in a Clermont GOP meeting. Use of Mike Moser, the Butler County prosecutor and senility subject, to protect Greg Simpson. Manipulating Victor Haddad to sign off on Tekulve investigating himself. And then finally, the use of Ravert J. Clark, who is going to be an investigation subject, a criminal defense attorney in Cincinnati, to try to protect Mark Tekulve from allegations involving Mark Tekulve investigating and clearing himself of criminal activity. The Tekulves, you probably listen to this, Why won't you just answer the question? Obviously, there's something nefarious going on because you guys are so intent on not addressing your relationship with Shane Olson and how it impacted an investigation of putting Shane Olson on the Brady list.